Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird, here to review the second and unfortunately final season of Gravity Falls. Now, I did review the first season not too long ago at all, even as I record this, because I ended up watching these seasons pretty much back to back over the course of a month. I would watch a few episodes at night before I'd go to sleep, and that's how I caught up on it. And honestly, I absolutely loved the show. And now I'm going to be talking about the second season. And I gotta say, honestly, the show only got better in the second season. They expanded on everyone's arcs from the first season. There were, fun cameos by by celebrities and other voice artists. Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty fame actually shows up as Blendin Blandin, if I'm not mistaken. That's his name, the wayward time traveler. Who brings in the whole time police stuff and the time baby that ends up playing a factor in the later episodes of the final season here. But there were a lot of really fun voices. Of course, you have Alex Hirsch, the creator of the show, playing Grunkle Stan. Then you have Mabel and her twin brother Dipper, played by Kristen Schaal and Jason Ritter. They do a really great job in the series. And of course, it continues into the second season. You have the sort of the lovable dummy mechanic of the Mystery Shack, Seuss. His story actually expands a little bit in this season. Wendy, the girl that Dipper's in love with, she's back this season. And then we actually get introduced to someone else along the way, Grunkle Stan's twin brother, Ford, played by J.K. Simmons of the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, who played J. Jonah Jameson and is now playing Commissioner Gordon, or at least did in the recent Justice League movie. Was also did a terrific Oscar-nominated turn, I believe, in that drum movie with the kid. I'm gonna forget the name of that movie, but anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. And so I'm gonna be talking about the second season right now of Gravity Falls, and guys, this season it not only picked up where the first season left off. I mean, the two seasons essentially are the summer that Mabel and Dipper spend at their Grunkle Stan's Mystery Shack in the Pacific Northwest, in a place called Gravity Falls. And the first season, we got introduced to a few of the mysteries around the place. We found out that Grunkle Stan was hiding something in a mysterious hidden passageway behind a vending machine in the Mystery Shack. We finally got answers to that in this season. That was actually how we found out about their great uncle Ford, the twin brother of Grunkle Stan. So apparently Grunkle Stan's secret was that he accidentally sort of triggered his brother into going into another dimension and being trapped there since they were young, not younger, but since they were adults, and now they're supposed to be much older. So he's been trying to get his brother back the entire time. His brother comes back, and his brother is this scientifically ambitious, really fun seeming to at least Dipper. He's the guy that actually wrote the journals that Dipper's been following since the first season. All the journals that sort of explain all the weird stuff that happens in Gravity Falls. Turns out they were written by their great uncle Ford. So all of the characters get more depth this season. So this season is really great for character development. Even Little Gideon, the evil enemy from the first season, along with Bill, the triangle from another dimension. He was around in 2 of the episodes of the first season, and he ends up being the big bad. The final 4 episodes of this 20-episode season was called Weirdmageddon, or were called Weirdmageddon, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. And basically, Bill finally gets a hold on our reality and changes everything, and makes everything sort of this weird, whimsical nightmare, where a giant head with an arm growing out the top is just grabbing the ground and clawing himself around, telling people, "Hey, get in my mouth!" Like he's a giant head that could eat people if they got in his mouth. The Gravity Falls water tower turns into a creature and walks away. It's really funny because even the intro of the show, which has been the same for the last 36 episodes gets changed for the last 4 because since Evil Bill has taken over and now it's hell on Earth. It's an animated show and it's hell on Earth. Like this hell dimension, I think Event Horizon, but a bit more whimsical. This hell dimension raised on Earth, and we get 4 episodes of the program where that's happening and they're having to mount up a defense to fight Evil Bill. It was just so amazing, guys. This show was so good, and to know that this ended the series, you know, that was just 2 seasons and out. Man, it's like they did not pull any punches. You know, every episode was fun. Every episode had some development of some kind. They didn't have to draw it out. And then, boom, by the end of the 2nd season, you're out. But it's so satisfying. I definitely teared up. It was a 45-minute. They squeezed parts 3 and 4 together into one episode when I watched it on Hulu. And I definitely teared up a couple of times in that last episode. Part of the reason, I'm sure, was because I knew it was the last episode, and it's so rare for me now to find like stuff that really lands like that I just have to binge, you know, especially if it's a cartoon, because I actually tend to watch animated stuff before I go to sleep, like it's a Saturday morning, because it kind of centers me. It makes me a little bit happy before I go to sleep rather than focusing on all the problems of every day that I deal with. So this was a wonderful escape as a horror fan in a kid's world. A kid's world that deals with horror elements. I mean, there's a much bigger zombie outbreak in this season. There's creatures in this season. There's betrayal and evil. And like I said, hell on Earth for the last 4 episodes. This is definitely a show that qualifies as kids' horror coverage for the horror show. So if you're thinking, oh, it's a kids show, it shouldn't be on the horror show channel, go watch it and tell me it couldn't belong on the horror show channel. Because again, we've covered, well, I don't think we've ever done an actual review, but we've talked numerous times about Ernest Scared Stupid and other movies of the like that could be considered kids horror movies. And this could be considered a kids horror show. Again, it's not straight horror, it's a kids version of it, but all of you horror-loving parents out there, if you have never tried Gravity Falls and you have kids around the ages, you know, I'm generous, but I'd say kids 8 to 13 would really love this show. The kids themselves on the show are 12. They turn 13 in the end of the 2nd season, so that's the age range of the kids. So but I think you can go younger. Again, 7, 8, you could start watching it. Probably 8, start watching it, and they could enjoy it all the way up. I mean, I'm 30, and I enjoy the heck out of it. So, guys, definitely check it out. I mean, it's just so entertaining. It's fun. It's well written. It builds on itself, so it's referential to past episodes. It does different things, and there's just some good comedy that is very earnest in this show. So if you haven't tried Gravity Falls yet, definitely do. I give it a huge, you know, honestly, as an animated show, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was just that fun. And it was in and out, 40 episodes and you're done. But, you know, it's available on Hulu. It's very much worth your time if you haven't tried it. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. If you haven't, are you more apt to try it after this review? I'd be interested to hear your opinions. So please let me know. Thank you also to our patrons. Those of you that support us through Patreon, we greatly appreciate it. If you want to do so, the link is in the description box down below, and you can start throwing us some reviews or commentaries that you want us to do, depending on the tier that you choose. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and remember, stay scared.